Hello students, let us discuss about mechanism of enzyme action. To start with, we will see what is collision theory. Collision theory says that only the molecule which collide with each other, that means they come within bond forming distance, can only react, and there is an energy barrier for every reaction that must be overcome. So in order that reactant to be converted into product, this energy barrier must be overcome by the reactants. So here we take a graph in which on x-axis we are showing the progress of reaction, and this is energy level. So there is a energy barrier for every reaction that must be overcome. So now which factor will increase the rate of enzymatic reaction? The factors that will increase the kinetic energy or which will lower the energy barrier, or the factor that will increase the collision frequency. Now, increase in the kinetic energy can only possible with the increase in temperature, which is not possible in the biological system, because body cannot sustain over 37 degrees Celsius at higher temperature. So the two mechanisms that are done with the help of enzyme are the lower energy barrier and increase in collision frequency. How we will see? Let us start with concept of transition state. Say for example, this reaction E entering group combines with RL, L is a leaving group, to form ER plus L. So it is a group transfer reaction. R group is transferred from L to E. Okay. During the course of reaction, the bond between R and L are not completely broken, and bond between E and R are not completely synthesized. So it is an in-between state where the bonds of reactants are not completely severed and new bonds are yet to be formed. This phase is called as transition phase. This is the transition where reactants are converted into product or substrates are transiently converted into product, and this is a transient phase or transient state. These substrates initially are said to be at a ground state, and when they are converted to transient state, they are at the higher energy level. So energy difference between transition state and ground state, here are the substrate, here is the product. So energy difference between ground state and transition state is called as activation energy. This is the energy required to activate the substrate so that reaction is to be carried out. This is also called as activation barrier, because unless and until this barrier is crossed, the reaction cannot take place. Enzyme reduces this activation energy. The same reaction, if taken place with the help of presence of enzyme E plus RL, in presence of enzyme then the transition state with the enzyme is at low activation energy level. Why it is so? See, enzyme is a big molecule to which attach these substrates. E is attached here and L is attached here with R group protruding here. This is E, this is L, and this is R group. Now, during formation of enzyme substrate transition state, there occur binding of substrate to the enzyme, and this binding takes place with various hydrophobic interactions and van der Waals interaction. These weak hydrophobic forces and van der Waals forces, when formed, there occur release of free energy, and this free energy release is called as binding energy. The binding energy is the source whereby the transition activation energy of enzyme substrate complex is at lower activation energy level. So, if substrate and enzymes are combined, substrate enzyme transition state will form somewhere here and rest of the reaction will go on. So, this is ES and this is the activation energy with enzyme, and this is activation energy without enzyme. So activation energy with enzyme is low because of binding energy, which is a free energy release during substrate and enzyme binding, which is due to hydrophobic interaction and van der Waals forces. So this causes lowering of energy barrier. Also, this enzymes increases local concentration and thereby increasing collision frequency. The size of enzyme is always big. Why it is so as compared to substrate? Because the big size allows various interactions, weak bonding like hydrophobic interactions and van der Waals interaction with the substrate to this big enzyme molecule, and due to big size of enzyme molecule, more bonding occur, more free energy is released, and so activation energy is decreased or lowered in this case. Or we may say that enzyme substrate complex is stable at lower activation energy level, or enzyme substrate transition state is active at lower activation energy level. So in this, if the activation energy is very high for the reactants, then reactants are stable. More is the activation energy, less are the chances of the reaction. In metabolic pathway, we see a number of reactions take place. The substrate product of first reaction acts as a substrate for second reaction. Product of second reaction act as substrate for third reaction, and product of third reaction act as a substrate for fourth reaction. We can label these reactions as A, B, C, D. So now the rate of this metabolic pathway will be decided by the activation energy of each reaction, and the reaction in which activation energy is highest is the slowest reaction of this metabolic pathway, and hence it is called as rate limiting step of this enzymatic or metabolic pathway. So in this case, we can see that activation energy for B reaction is high, and hence we can say that this is a rate limiting reaction. So during metabolic pathway, when product of one reaction is substrate for other in the pathway, the rate limiting reaction is the reaction in which the maximum activation energy is required in that particular pathway. And generally, rate limiting reaction is first or second reaction in the pathway. Various models or theories have been proposed for this mechanism of enzyme action, and these models are: first was proposed by Emil Fischer in 1890, and it is called as lock and key model. It says that enzyme is, or active site is, rigid, non-flexible, pre-shaped, so it is seen as lock. Enzyme is seen as a lock, and to this lock attaches the substrate molecule. So in this reaction, there occur attachment of substrate to the enzyme. The big enzyme molecule is seen as a lock. For example, say this lock and key model says that the catalytic site or active site is rigid, it is not flexible, and it is pre-shaped. Now in this lock, its particular key can only enter. So the particular substrate can enter in this active site of this enzyme to form a enzyme substrate complex. This theory has not experimental evidence, but it can explain orderly attachment of substrates. So if one substrate comes initially, then second substrate comes, first product is released and then second product is released, it can explain the orderly attachment of the substrate. This theory can also explain the kinetics of simple substrate saturation curve or simple enzymatic reactions. But this theory cannot explain the reversible nature of enzyme, It cannot explain the allosteric modulation of enzyme, and it cannot explain the inhibitions of enzyme or action of inhibitors on enzyme. Enzyme inhibition cannot be explained. So another theory was introduced in 1956. This theory was given by Koshland, and this is called as induced fit model or induced fit theory. What this model suggests? It says that these active sites are not pre-shaped or fixed. They can be modified. And when substrate approaches this active site, there occur modification of active site in such a way that it accommodates this substrate, and the catalytic residues of amino acid or catalytic amino acids come to the around this substrate. Here is the example. This is enzyme site, enzyme's active site, and the substrate approaches it. Now, with substrate in near vicinity, there occur induction of change in conformation of this substrate enzyme active site, and the residues, catalytic residues, are oriented in such a way that the catalysis takes place. In case of inhibitors, what will happen? Inhibitor will come if its shape is similar to that of substrate, like competitive inhibitor. It will come, but catalytic residues will not join at particular site, so that catalysis will not take place. Thus, this theory can explain the allosteric modulation. It also explains that allosteric modulation means attachment of other molecule at other site also changes the shape of active site. It also explains the enzymatic inhibition, and this theory has there are experimental evidence like from X-ray crystallography and electron microscopy that this theory is correct. So this theory says that whenever substrate approaches to the enzyme's active site, there occur conformation changes. The conformation changes are induced in such a way that amino acid residues, cofactors, and coenzymes are aligned in such a way that catalysis takes place properly. And third model is called as substrate strain theory. In substrate strain theory, it is said that during attachment of substrate to the active site, there occur induction of change in the conformation of the active site. At the same time, there occur strain on the substrate. So some bonds are strained and they are broken down. This is said by substrate strain theory. Now coming to actual mechanisms of enzyme action. There are four general mechanisms by which catalysis takes place. These are: number one, proximity effect. This is active site of the enzyme. In case of proximity effect, what happens? What a collision theory says that the only molecule that collide or that come in within bond forming distance can react. At the active site, there is increase in the concentration of substrates. More is the substrate collision frequency, more are the chances of the reaction, and thereby, by this proximity effect, the enzymatic reaction can increase more than 10 raised to 4. So, more the molecule collide, more is the rate of reaction. Enzyme provide high local concentration of substrate at active site, and thereby the rate of reaction is increased in many fold. Second mechanism by which enzyme act is acid base catalysis. What will happen? At the active site are present various acidic groups and basic groups. These acidic groups and basic groups help in catalysis of the reaction, or these forms bond with the substrate, acid base bonds, and then form acid base catalysis. The most common amino acid is histidine. Histidine at its pH acts as an acid, and its corresponding base, they take part in the acid base catalysis. There are two types of acid base catalysis. One is specific acid base catalysis. In this, only the residues that take part in the catalysis are acid or bases. Catalytic residues taking part are acid or bases, and change in concentration of these acidic residues or basic residues causes change in the rate of reaction. The rate of reaction is affected by participating acid or bases. The rate of reaction is not affected by other acids or bases present in surrounding or even in the active site, but rate of reaction is specifically affected by participating catalytic acidic residues or basic residues. In case of general acid base catalysis, what happens? The rate of reaction is modified by changes in any of the acid or base in the medium, surrounding medium as well as active site. It is not restricted only to the acid or base molecules that are taking part in the reaction. An example of this acid base catalysis is ribonuclease that break down phosphodiester bond. Third mechanism is catalysis by strain. It says that the active site is more favorable for transition state than that of the substrate itself. See, when substrate binds to the active site, it causes strain on the substrate. The active site configuration is such that it is more favorable to the transition state. In this reaction, there occur strain on this particular bond, and these reactions are common in lytic reactions. So this is common in lytic reaction, means breakdown of the bonds. So what this catalysis by strain says that active site of enzyme configuration is more favorable to transition state than substrate itself, thereby causing strain on the substrate, and the bond of interest is broken, thereby releasing the products or formation of the products. This is same as the substrate strain theory. Example of catalysis by strain is lysozyme, which breaks beta 1,4 glycosidic linkage. And fourth mechanism by which enzyme act is catalysis by covalent bond or covalent catalysis. So in covalent catalysis, at the active site are present some negatively charged groups, some positively charged groups. So these positively charged group or negatively charged group are contributed by amino acid residues or coenzymes or cofactors or prosthetic groups. The most commonly seen amino acid in covalent catalysis are serine, which contributes OH group, and cysteine, which contributes SH group, cysteanyl SH group. So these positively charged groups are called as electrophile, and negatively charged groups are called as nucleophile. These negatively charged group combine with positively charged group on the substrate, whereas positively charged group will interact with negatively charged group on the substrate, thereby forming covalent bonds. Thus, the transition state is formed and enzyme is acting as a reactant because covalent bonds are formed. But these bonds will be broken during the course of reaction and enzyme is regenerated. Various transfer reaction, group transfer reaction involve this covalent catalysis, and also example of covalent catalysis is serine proteases, for example chymotrypsin. Also, transaminases or group transfer reaction undergo covalent catalysis by ping pong mechanism. For example, see enzyme in CHO, alanine attaches to it, it forms ECHO alanine. Alanine is converted into pyruvate during the course, ECH2NH2 pyruvate. Pyruvate is released in the reaction, ECH2NH2 is formed. To this, alpha ketoglutarate attaches to form ECH2NH2 alpha ketoglutarate. During course of reaction, alpha ketoglutarate is converted into glutamate, and glutamate is released to form again ECHO. This pyridoxal phosphate is aldehyde group and amine group is present in this reaction. So in this lecture we have seen a collision theory which says that only molecule that collide or come in bond forming distance can react. There is an energy barrier. Enzyme act by lowering the energy barrier and increasing the collision frequency. The transition state is the state where substrate are broken down and product is not formed. It is in between state. Difference between the ground state and transition state energy level is called as activation energy, and this act as an energy barrier for the enzymatic reactions. Then enzyme decreases this activation energy with the help of binding energy. There are various weak bonds, van der Waals forces and hydrophobic forces, which releases free energy in the surrounding, and these energy used by this enzyme substrate complex to decrease the activation energy. So activation energy for enzyme substrate complex transition state is very low, and thereby enzyme decreases the energy barrier. Then we have seen three models: lock and key model, where lock is represented by enzyme and key is represented by the substrate by Emil Fischer. Then induced fit model by Koshland, where molecule active site is not rigid but flexible and it induces conformation change. And then substrate strain theory, where in active site causes strain on particular bond on the substrate. Then we have seen the mechanism actually taking place in the enzymatic reaction. There are four types of mechanism, out of which one or two mechanism, more than one mechanism may be active in particular reaction. The first one is the proximity effect. Enzyme provide high local concentration of the substrate. This can lead to more than 10⁴ rise in the enzymatic reaction. Acid-base catalysis, we have seen amino acid is as histidine, and there are two types: specific acid-base catalysis, in which only participating acid-base changes causes change in the rate of reaction, whereas general acid-base catalysis, all the acid bases present in the active site as well as in the surrounding causes changes in the rate of reaction. And we have seen the ribonuclease is the enzyme which acts as acid-base catalysis. There occur breakdown of the phosphodiester bond. Then we have seen catalysis by strain. In these lytic reactions, the active site is more favorable for transition state than that of substrate itself. So whenever substrate is attached, the conformation of the active site changes in such a way there occur strain on the substrate. Some bonds are stretched in such a way that they are weakened in such a way that after some time they break and there occur formation of product. Lytic reactions are examples, and lysozyme is the classical example where occur breakdown of beta-1,4 glycosidic linkages. And last we have seen covalent catalysis, where nucleophilic negative group and electrophilic positive groups take part in the reaction. Serine and cysteine are most commonly seen amino acids, and example is serine proteases, where chymotrypsin takes part, and transaminases whereby ping pong mechanism takes the reaction.